Before time began its relentless march, before space stretched into the infinite, and before matter swirled into stars and galaxies, what was there? Was it nothing, or perhaps something so profound, so unfathomable, that it eludes even the boldest human imagination? This question, the one that probes what existed before existence itself, has haunted philosophers, scientists, and spiritual seekers for millennia. If everything must have a cause, then what caused the universe? And if we say the answer is a higher force, who or what existed before this force? Modern science brings forward its own startling revelations. The Big Bang Theory suggests that the universe, as we understand it, originated from a singularity, a point of infinite density where time, space, and matter, as we know them, did not exist. However, this theory brings about a paradox. If time itself began with a Big Bang, then the very notion of before becomes meaningless in scientific terms. Yet, science does not resolve this mystery. It deepens it. Quantum physics presents a curious perspective, suggesting that particles can appear almost spontaneously, as if emerging from nothing, governed by probabilities rather than certainties. Could the origins of our universe lie in such quantum fluctuations, or is there something beyond this, a force or being that transcends even the strangest aspects of reality? Philosophy, too, offers its own path. It asks, why is there something rather than nothing? Some argue that the universe requires a necessary being, a timeless, spaceless cause that doesn't need creation itself. Could this be a divine force, or does this merely shift the question into a realm of infinite paradoxes and regress? And what about spirituality? Ancient traditions speak of creation emerging from the void, from the boundless potential of a divine source. From the cosmic intelligence in Hinduism to the idea of creation ex nihilo in many spiritual philosophies, these perspectives offer timeless reflections on existence, resonating even with modern physics. In this video, we delve into the heart of this profound question through the lenses of cosmology, philosophy, and theology. Our goal is not to provide simple or definitive answers, but to awaken your curiosity, challenge your beliefs, and spark a deeper connection to the cosmos itself. So if you enjoy asking such profound questions, join us at Quantum Aligned Channel, where we don't just provide answers, we explore the deepest mysteries of existence. Don't forget to like and subscribe to continue this journey with us. Every story has a beginning, and the story of our universe starts with what scientists call the Big Bang, around 13.8 billion years ago. In that moment, everything we know, space, time, matter, and energy, burst into existence from a single, unimaginably tiny point. Reality itself unfolded, expanding into the vast cosmos we observe today. But here's where things get strange. According to the Big Bang Theory, time itself began with this explosion. Before that moment, there was no time, no space, nothing. The concept of before simply doesn't make sense in the usual way we understand time. If there was no time, how could anything exist to cause the Big Bang? What could trigger the birth of the universe if the concept of before doesn't apply? This is where things get mind-bending. Some scientists turn to quantum physics for answers. In the quantum realm, particles can appear and vanish without warning, seemingly emerging from nothing. It's as if reality operates by a completely different set of rules at its most fundamental level. Some theories suggest that the universe itself might have popped into existence from a quantum fluctuation, a random burst of energy from an underlying quantum field. But even this nothing is not truly nothing. It's more like a hidden sea of potential, brimming with energy, just waiting to manifest. Other scientists take things further, proposing the idea of the multiverse. Imagine our universe is not the only one. There could be countless other universes, each with its own set of laws and realities. In this view, our universe is just one of an endless chain of cosmic bubbles, born, expanding, and fading while new ones continue to form. While these ideas may sound wild, they are serious scientific possibilities. Yet, despite their complexity, they still don't answer the ultimate question: why does anything exist at all? Even the most advanced theories fall short of explaining where the fundamental laws of nature come from, or why the multiverse, if it exists, was there in the first place. In a way, science opens even bigger doors to the mystery. The Big Bang Theory explains how the universe began, but it remains silent on the why. Quantum physics amazes us with its strange rules, but it does not solve the deeper riddle of existence. Science excels in explaining how things happen, but when it comes to the question of why anything exists at all, we venture into the realm of philosophy. This question, why is there something rather than nothing, has intrigued philosophers for centuries. When we look around, everything we see, planets, stars, mountains, and even ourselves, exists. Yet none of it had to exist. These are what philosophers call contingent things. They exist, but their existence depends on something else. If everything in the universe is contingent, dependent on something else to exist, then what is the one necessary thing that exists on its own? This is the profound inquiry at the core of existence. And as we continue to seek answers, one truth remains. The journey itself, of seeking, questioning, and pondering, is just as valuable as the answers we might find. This raises an even bigger question. What caused all of this? Could there be something that doesn't rely on anything else? A kind of ultimate foundation for reality? This idea goes back centuries. Philosophers like Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz proposed that there must be something beyond the universe itself, something that explains why anything exists at all. They called this a necessary being, something that exists by its very nature and doesn't require a cause. It's not just another part of the universe, but the foundation of all existence. Other thinkers took this even further with what is known as the cosmological argument. Philosophers argued that everything that begins to exist must have a cause. Since the universe had a beginning, it must have a cause beyond space, time, and matter, something timeless and eternal. This reasoning leads to a stunning conclusion. Perhaps there is an uncaused cause that set everything into motion, something that never needed to be created because it always was. This is where many get tripped up asking, if everything needs a cause, then who created God? But according to philosophical reasoning, this is the wrong question. A necessary being, by definition, doesn't need a cause. It's not like the things we see in the universe that come into existence and then pass away. It exists outside the chain of causes and effects that govern everything else. Asking what caused it is like asking, what's north of the North Pole? It's simply not the kind of thing that needs a beginning. Interestingly, these ideas don't just appear in Western philosophy. Ancient traditions have long spoken of an eternal, formless source from which everything arises. In Hindu philosophy, there is Brahman, the ultimate reality beyond time and space, the foundation of all existence. In Taoism, the Tao is described as the underlying force that flows through everything. It is a source that can't be seen or grasped, but is always present. What's fascinating is how these ancient ideas align with modern philosophical perspectives. Whether you call it the necessary being, the uncaused cause, or the infinite source, the message remains the same. There is something beyond the physical universe that doesn't need a cause because it exists beyond time and space. It is a timeless reality, always there, always present, without beginning or end. These philosophical perspectives may not provide easy answers, but they open up a new way of seeing the world. Perhaps the question isn't about what came before the universe, but rather about something that exists outside of time altogether. Now we step into the realm of spiritual teachings, ideas that have been offering answers to this puzzle for thousands of years. While science and philosophy give us powerful tools to explore existence, spiritual traditions have long offered their own answers to life's greatest mystery, the origins of everything. Across cultures and centuries, These teachings point to something eternal and formless, a source beyond time and space that transcends human understanding. In Christian theology, there is the idea of creatio ex nihilo, creation from nothing. It teaches that God, existing beyond time, space, and matter, called everything into being through divine will alone. This isn't a physical process. It's the ultimate act of bringing existence out of non-existence, a moment that defies all human concepts of cause and effect. God is seen as the uncreated creator, the foundation of reality itself. Interestingly, ancient Eastern philosophies offer a surprisingly similar perspective. In Hinduism, Brahman is described as the ultimate reality, pure existence, infinite and eternal. Everything in the universe arises from Brahman, yet it remains unchanged and beyond the physical world. Brahman is not a being with a form, but the very essence of being itself, the ground of all existence. Taoist philosophy describes something equally profound. The Tao is the source and flow of everything in the universe. It can't be seen or named, but it's always there, quietly guiding the natural order. Taoism teaches that the greatest truths are found not in trying to control or fully understand reality, but in aligning with this mysterious flow of existence. These teachings aren't just abstract ideas. They are reflections on the nature of existence that resonate with some of the most cutting-edge discoveries in quantum physics. Scientists have observed that reality, on the smallest scales, is deeply interconnected, unpredictable, and at times, beyond logical explanation. Some thinkers suggest that the ancient concept of an underlying invisible force is not so different from the quantum fields and hidden dimensions that physics is just beginning to explore. Then there is the idea of God, not as a being in the sky, but as pure consciousness. This idea transcends the limitations of form and matter, pointing to a deeper, more fundamental nature of existence itself. In this view, the very foundation of reality is a conscious, eternal presence that flows through everything, guiding and sustaining the universe in ways that we are just beginning to understand. An infinite awareness that pervades everything. This idea resonates with modern philosophical concepts like panpsychism, which suggests that consciousness isn't merely a byproduct of the brain, but an inherent part of the universe itself. If that's true, what we call God could be the very consciousness in which the universe unfolds. For thousands of years, spiritual traditions have described creation as something far more than a physical process. It is a reflection of divine intelligence, an unfolding expression of something greater than we can comprehend. Whether it is called God, Brahman, the Tao, or pure consciousness, the message remains the same. Reality is deeper and more mysterious than it seems. What is striking is how these ancient ideas often align with modern scientific concepts. While science and spirituality may seem like opposites, they might just be two different ways of describing the same fundamental truth. Both invite us to step beyond the surface of what we think we know and into a deeper understanding of existence. Perhaps the question isn't just about what came before the universe, but about what has always been here, timeless, infinite, and woven into the very fabric of reality. There is no edge to existence, no final boundary where the mystery ends. It flows through everything, through the stars above, the unseen forces around us, and the thoughts that move through your mind right now. This mystery isn't something to solve, it's something to live. It breathes through every moment of your life, whispering that you are far more connected to the fabric of reality than you've ever imagined. You were never separate from the cosmos. The same force that gave birth to galaxies moves through you, shaping every experience, every heartbeat, every spark of thought. It's not distant or unreachable. It's within you, always present, quietly waiting to be remembered. As we continue this journey together, it's not about finding answers, it's about feeling that connection more deeply, letting it change how you see the world and your place in it. This community exists because we share that hunger, not just for knowledge, but for something real, something that speaks to that deeper part of us that refuses to settle for surface explanations. We're not just curious seekers, we're explorers of reality itself. Through every conversation, every idea shared, we're helping each other expand what's possible. So please join us and subscribe to Quantum Aligned channel. The journey doesn't end here. It never does. It's endless, just like the mystery we've stepped into. And together, we'll keep going further, deeper, wider, until the infinite feels like